Today is going to be a greenhouse work day, but we need to start by getting some lights inside of my greenhouse here. So let me show you the light bulbs that I like to use. In this room, I have a light that you can change from seed, grow, flower. So I pretty much keep these on grow lights in here, so that way it keeps the plants and everything happy. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to add another light. Oh, well actually I didn't even have to do it because the light switch was just pulled. So, but these are the lights that I like to use inside of my rooms. I like to go with a light that is a grow light. You can switch it back and forth, but I'll be sure to link some down in the description box. So if you are starting to get into keeping plants year round in your house, sometimes the normal light, unless you get the daylight type lights, you might need to go with more of a grow light to bring more of that energy that your plants are going to be needing in order to thrive. Today is going to be a greenhouse work day. We're going to just work in here and try to at least get the table cleaned up. And then over here, I have an assortment of containers that I kind of like to keep planted up. We're going to at least get those cleaned up, and then we'll take it from there and see how much time we have. But for sure, I know we're definitely going to be going in and we're going to get at least this cleaned up. I have containers that I pulled prior to us leaving home, and they've still been sitting here. So we're going to get these cleaned out. If I can get some type of assistance, we will get this put onto the shelf here. Because it's a concrete container, it's super heavy. Might be, no, I'm not going to play with that one. So I'm going to wait. We're going to get at least these cleaned up, and then we'll move on to our next situation. So first, I think it's best that we go ahead and start with a nice deep clean. I do have bulbs that were previously used in one arrangement or the next. I do a ton of arrangements just early spring, and they're always just so beautiful and angelic. We actually had a beautiful display over here, and I totally loved it. And I just love coming in with those seasonal arrangements. So I think that is how we will try to finish out our day here. Now for the bulbs are still viable. Let's get in and I'll show you what I mean by that. Inside of each one of these containers, except for this one, there are bulbs. And so when we pull back and we take the old foliage off, and we'll just cut through these really, really quick, through the old foliage. Okay, so you'll be able, if we dig down in the bulb, take this off. Now, if you look down on the inside, can you see that? Let's get in real close. You see that greenish now? It won't take much in order for us to put these bulbs back. And here's another one. More than likely, these containers right here are too small, but I do have these containers that we can actually use. And what I would do from this point is I would go in I'm just going to take this, I'm just going to go over the top here, and it's two. And this one, I need a little bit more dirt in the bottom. Fertilize. Ooh. Soil is too loose. It's not as compacted as the other one. Same with this one. So we're going to water it in. But once you do your fertilizer, then you go ahead, you just set them outside and give it a cool period. And we have instant tulips, daffodils in containers. Now, granted, if you are using tulips, it would have been more productive for you to have went ahead and popped off the tulip bloom. know I'm going to be pulling this big block that I have here. And you know, the pot feet are out because when you have your plants in the wintertime, it's better if you don't have your plants elevated. If they're on a flat surface, they'll stay warmer. Our best course of action is going to be going with these tall containers here. I totally love them. And if you see any type of tall container now, trend alert. If you see, or at least for me in my garden, if you want to be in the now, any containers that's shaped like this, that's tall, I totally get them. They just elevate the look. They make topiary just look so beautiful and elegant. So we are going to go ahead and pop these inside of this container right here. I think that'll look so sweet for us to do it like that. Just perfect. Now we could have went with something smaller, but for the look that I'm going for, I totally think this is going to be our best course of action. And I do have window screen in the bottom of my container, as well as a feather that just flew out. So let's pop these in real quick. And our topiary is well hydrated, so anytime I go in and I do any type of shaping, I like to make sure that I pre-soak or pre-hydrate before and after, if you will, especially with your lemon cypress, because your lemon cypress like a little bit more moisture. They're not going to want to dry out. Okay, so I shaped this topiary into a ball, this lemon cypress. And then when I got to this lemon cypress right here, when I was going in to stabilize it, I seen that there was a big gaping gap. So I went ahead and I shaped this one into a spiral topiary. So we'll just let that one grow out. Now, when I am messing with topiary, when I'm shaping topiary, I kind of let the specimen speak to me and tell me what would it like to be. So for this one, as I was going in and shaping it, I knew that I had no other choice but to go ahead and start to spiral this out. Now, what I'm most excited about is the larger that this lemon cypress grows, the better defined you're going to be able to see the spiral. I feel like you can see it now, the spiral shape here, especially when it is turned this way. I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Now, one of the things with lemon cypress, I like to always make sure that I keep some type of container up underneath. That way, when I'm going in and I'm giving it those deep waterings, because your lemon cypress are not going to want to dry out. That is why I made sure I pre-hydrated my lemon cypress on the front end. So when I got ready to go in and shape, that's a lot of stress for our specimen here. It would look a lot better. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of feel like the lemon cypress that are being sold are not necessarily coming in a good shape. It's kind of just like you get a blob, kind of with the small arborvitae. So when I see that, I either try to get a larger specimen, but that kind of has more shape to it. And it just depends on the application that I'm using it for. Sometimes you need that smaller specimen because you're putting it into a tight space. So went ahead, got these taken care of. Now these will sit over here on our table, and I'm super excited. And you all, lemon cypress, any type of evergreen topiary that you can get your hands on are going to be a must for indoors during the season. And I just feel like they're just always in vogue, if you will. So we'll go ahead, we'll put these beauties over here. So comment down below, let me know, are you in the topiary? Is that something that you would like to learn? I totally would love to hear about it. I feel like I made a lot of progress. I have my design space cleared out now, my greenhouse, put a lot of things away. It does not stop. Kind of did it backwards, if you will. And I do want to go ahead and try to take some propagations while I'm cleaning this up. I just thought about this because lemon cypress are easy to propagate. So I'm going to just take a few. I went and grabbed all of the supplies really quick. It didn't take me long because I keep all of the supplies on hand. So I have some rooting hormone here, which I've already transferred into a secondary dish. That way we keep everything sterile. Then I went and grabbed some perlite because this is what we're going to put our lemon cypress cuttings into. So it's going to be fun taking these propagations, and we'll take more than we actually need. Hey, if I get roots from all however many we take, then I'll take them. So I feel like anytime you're propagating with hydrangeas or just anything in general, always do more than you need because you don't know how many will take and how many will fail. So we're going to just go in. We're going to do a little bit of our perlite here. We're going to take our water. We're not using water out the faucet because sometimes the chemicals that's in the water from the faucet will kind of inhibit the root development and root growth. So distilled water's always going to be my go-to. And we'll go ahead, and this should be really quick. Another thing, when you're working with perlite, I do like to mask up. That way I don't have to worry about any of the perlite dust getting on the inside of my respiratory tract. I'm one of those type of people. So, hey, it is what it is. And we are working in an enclosed area. Actually, if we were outside, I probably would go ahead and mask these.